welcome back to the Trailer Park News here on the 2nd Street Marvel. It is Monday, August 5th, 2019. I'm your host, Trinity, coming back at you with some news and comic previews. Now, in case you haven't been paying attention, I have been doing a live stream Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, doing it for about an hour, just kind of flapping my gums about movies, movie news, and just different things like that, and just some of the different feelings and some of my different experiences, just talking about films. It's something that I've been doing, I don't know, for about a week and a half now. It's been a lot of fun, and I've had some people actually tuning into that live stream, and I thank you all very much for being there. Again, this is just something I'm just kind of doing to kind of, just talk about movies, because there's not enough people that I follow here on YouTube to talk about movies, so it's something I decided that I would do, and I'm hoping to get some guests to come on that stream and work on that with me, and I would greatly appreciate that. If you're somebody who likes to talk about movies and knows your movies, or if you know somebody that you think might be a good fit for my show, please get a hold of me in my About section here on the channel. I would greatly appreciate that, to bring somebody in to help me co-host this show, I guess you could say. I think it would help bring a lot of energy to the show, and obviously a different point of view and perspective. So, like I said, please get a hold of me in my About section here on the channel. Now, other than that, I don't really have a whole lot today. I did actually, went with my family to spend some time at Star Wars Land, Disneyland. We went to go to Galaxy's Edge, and it was quite a good time. We used to be annual pass holders, and we used to go quite often, but we haven't gone. We didn't renew our passes these past couple of years, just due to a lot of things. Like the last time that we were pass holders, they were just getting ready to start changing the Pixar Land over there on the California Adventure side. Right now, they're actually changing what used to be the Bugs Life area, changing that out. They're putting in some Marvel attractions there, and then over on the California, on the Disneyland side, the Galaxy's Edge still hadn't opened. They just had some other things that were going on, so we didn't renew our passes, and plus our kids are getting old enough now that it gets expensive to go. But we went this weekend, and it was a very good time. Kids are getting ready to start school, so we figured we owed it to them to take them and have some fun before the school year starts, because you know what, I'm not sure, you guys probably haven't seen my kids a whole lot here on the channel, but my kids are absolutely awesome. I love them to death. They make me proud every day. So we had to do something for them, and I'm telling you, we went to Disneyland and California Adventure on Sunday, and we had an absolute blast. We spent the whole day there. We were there from the time they opened until the time they closed. They were literally kicking us out. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't really kick us out, but we were there pretty much the whole day, and I've got to say that's the longest time I've ever spent there from opening until closing. It was a very good time. Now, I know you've probably seen a lot of people here on YouTube and everything talking about the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it being empty and everything like that, and I get it. After being there and experiencing it, walking through the place, I do understand some of the reasons why it might come off that way. For one, there's actually only one open theme attraction there, like as far as a ride is concerned, and that is the Smuggler's Run, where you actually get to go on there and fly the Millennium Falcon. And I gotta tell you, that was actually a good time. It was a blast. I really did enjoy that ride, but unfortunately, that's the only ride that they have there right now. So, and that's not saying anything bad about the place. Like I said, I had a really good time there. My kids really had a good time. They enjoyed getting to go there and flying the Millennium Falcon when we first went on it. Actually, me and my son were the pilots. We were flying it. My two daughters were the gunners, and my mother and my wife were the engineers. And the ride only has 6 people at a time that you can get on it, but I think they have probably multiple rooms and everything like that. But the ride itself actually seemed to move pretty quick. We actually got on there early in the morning, and it said the wait time was 45 minutes, and I don't think that it seemed like it was that long of a wait, as it did just keep kind of flowing and kept moving, and it was a pretty good time. I really enjoyed that ride, and I gotta tell you, me and my son, we piloted the Millennium Falcon just fine, man. We did excellent. I thought we did a pretty good job, and you gotta know, my son's only 4 years old, so he did one hell of a job. And I'm telling you, later in the evening, we actually went back on that ride, and I decided to go ahead and be a gunner. I got my the pilot's license again, because they give you, there's only 6 people, so they give out these little passes for which one. And I let somebody else be the pilot this time. I went to be a gunner, and I got to tell you, I don't think they did as good of a job flying that ship as me and my 4-year-old son did. I'll tell you that much right now. But all in all, it was a good time. And like I said, the Galaxy's Edge there, that whole experience, it is a pretty immersive experience. You get there and you can, you feel like you're, like you're there in the Star Wars movie. And I thought it was pretty cool. Now, the one thing I will tell you, you've probably heard a million people say this, or 100 different people say this here on YouTube, is there are big open spaces there, and there's just spots there. I've got a video that I did on it. I did a live stream, as a matter of fact, just yesterday on the Galaxy's Edge, just kind of doing a walkthrough. It was at nighttime, so you might not be able to see it that well, but there are definitely some open spaces there where people wouldn't just normally be hanging out or anything like that. And like I said, there really was only the one ride and attraction that would get people there to want to go hang out. And then there are some different shops where you can go and pick up different Star Wars merchandise and things like that. And it's some pretty cool stuff they had there. And then there was the cantina, was the obviously the other big thing that they had there. And I kind of went by the cantina. I didn't actually go into it in my little walkthrough that I did. But that's really about it that they have there to attract people there into the park, or into that part of the park. But I will tell you, it was drawing quite the crowds. And again, those spaces there, they were pretty big, open for people to walk through and hang out in. So, but a lot of it was basically like unutilized space, and I'm sure they're probably going to be bringing things there in the future as they continue to expand the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge area there. And all in all, I thought it was a pretty good time. It was a pretty good experience. But I will tell you, I still miss there being Big Thunder Ranch there, and being able to go there and eat all those, the all-you-can-eat ribs and chicken and sausage and beans and cornbread and all that stuff. I really do miss that kind of stuff. I always liked the Big Thunder Ranch when it was there. So, there's some give and take. But all in all, the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge I thought was a really good time. And overall, like I said, we used to be annual pass holders, so we used to go there all the time for, just to hang out and go spend our time. And especially if you're an annual pass holder, it gets pretty expensive. So we had a good time. Like I said, we were there the whole day, and you can tell I didn't even get too sunburnt there. I'm not even too red, so. But other than that, it was a good time. It was a little humid. It wasn't miserable or anything. My kids actually made it the whole time. My son, I think, fell asleep during Fantasmic, which was a pretty cool attraction if you haven't ever been there. Fantasmic is this thing that they do right before they do all the fireworks before they close the park down at the end of the day, which is not really the end of the day, but that's kind of what they do. It's kind of the end for some people. And they have this show that they do there called Fantasmic, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It was always one of my favorite things to go there and see there late at the night. They have this little show where Mickey comes out and does this whole little thing, and you kind of go into his dream world. It's almost like Fantasia. It was really cool. They had the ship come by, and it used to be a Peter Pan thing going there on the ship, and it's actually Pirates of the Caribbean now. They've changed that since we've been there last, and I thought that was pretty cool. But all in all, like I said, it was a very good time. I was glad to get back there and have a lot of fun. We went to the California Adventure side too, and got to see some of the Pixar themed things there, and how they kind of updated that. They redid, God, I can't remember what it used to be called. But it was like the one roller coaster they have there, and you go upside down and everything. Well, they themed it to the Incredibles now. It's now the Incredicoaster. I got to tell you, they did some little upgrades there, just some different things that changed the experience. I thought it was pretty cool. But all in all, it was a very good time. I had a lot of fun, and like I said, I got some video and some photos and stuff with my family. I'll probably share some of that on a future video. But other than that, as far as comic news, there are some cool things getting ready to come out this week. As we can see, there is going to be the House of X issue number 2. We got Black Cat issue number 3 coming out as well. Can't wait to get into that. But one of my ones that I'm most anticipating is Arrow issue number 2. Now, I've got a review of Arrow issue number 1 getting ready to come out here on the channel pretty soon. I'll try to see if I can have that out by Wednesday. All in all, I can tell you one thing. You should go check out Arrow issue number 2 at your local comic book shop if you haven't already. But check out issue number 1 as well. I thought it was a pretty good issue. Definitely something I can't wait to see more of. The other thing I want to talk about is, I'm not sure if you guys follow Young Rippa 59 here on YouTube, but the other day he did a video talking about the True Believers releases that Marvel has been doing. They are just $1 issues. If you're new into comics, there's something you should definitely check out. Or if you just want to read some of the old classic tales, definitely something you should check out, and you can't really beat them for $1. But what I noticed is this week, and I think think I've seen it in the past where Image was coming out. Image Comics was doing Image Firsts, and this week they actually have some different issues coming out, and these issues are only $1, and these are on Image Comics. And if you don't know who Image Comics are, they are an indie company, a smaller press company doing some of the smaller books, and there's a lot of artists and writers and everything who go there and do more of their independent work, and these are same writers and artists who do work for Marvel and DC as well. So you should get out and check these out. There are some of those #1s coming out for only $1. It's one hell of a value, and one reason why you should get out and support your local comic book shop. There is one in particular that if my local comic book shop has it, I'm going to be picking up, and that's the Ice Cream Man issue #1. You know, because I just picked up I think it was issue number 13 on my pull list last week. I really did like that. So again, you should get out and check these out. They are $1 issues, and you can't beat that at your local comic book shop. $1, definitely something you should get out to support your local comic book shop for. And like I said, it's $1, and you can't beat that. The other one I wanted to say of note that I'll definitely be picking up this week is Deceased issue number 4, and this is an issue number 4 of 6 issues. And this has been written by Tom Taylor, and I've actually really liked it. It's kind of DC's version of Marvel Zombies, I guess you could say. And I have liked what's been going on in that story so far. And you guys should definitely get in and check that out at your local comic book shop. That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Trailer Park News today. Now make sure you're subscribed and click the little bell so you get notifications anytime I've uploaded new content. It also sends you out notifications anytime I plan on doing a live video. And like I said, I have been doing a live stream for about an hour every single Monday here on the channel, just talking and flapping my gums about movies, because I absolutely love movies. It's basically a pastime of mine, I guess you could say. It's like baseball is for some people, but for me it's movies. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Trailer Park News today. You all have a very good day, have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.